What is up, everybody?
Whoa! Welcome to episode 12 of the CSP. That's the Cover Story Podcast, episode 12. My name's Mike. That hunk over there is Tony. What's going on, buddy?
Busy, bro. Busy.
Busy, nonstop, huh?
Nonstop. I have Jack moves away next week, next Tuesday.
Oh my
is when he's
God,
gone.
already?
Dude, his girlfriend started ISU last weekend. She went down there, so it's like her first week of classes. He's going to drive down there tomorrow. I have to hire people for my other job. And all I want to do is get to this fucking weekend. But before we get to this weekend, well, actually, how are you doing?
You know what? I appreciate you asking me that. I'm good.
You're like, you fucking prick. I asked you how you were. I'm just like,
nobody ever asks me how I'm doing. I'm good. I'm always good. I'm always wonderful and splendid and a bit okay or miserable. I'm good though.
I'm even better now. I was looking for this deodorant before before I left for Michigan, and I couldn't find it, and it's on my fucking studio desk because that's where it should be, right?
That's where it belongs.
That's where it belongs.
That's where you need it most.
Yes, it gets sweaty in here. There's not a whole lot of air ventilation in here. So
and when you're in the zone, dude.
Oh, dude.
And you're just chugging out riffs, you start sweating, you got to reapply.
Well, especially when I get on these motherfuckers.
Yep.
Dude.
Mm-hmm. That'll
what
do
a
it.
What a fucking workout. So, where were we at last weekend?
Oh, bruh. We were in Michigan, Pawpaw, Michigan. Place was called
Warner Vineyards?
The Vineyards. Warner Vineyards. That place was cool. That layout was awesome.
It was. The night was perfect. It was outdoors. We lucked out with weather.
Outdoors, and there's a little like moat. What is that? A moat? A pond? What is that?
A creek?
Oh, a creek. I like that. I'm into that. When there's a beaver to start the day, everything's good.
Can we talk about the first thing of the day that came through your vocal mic? So Steve, our sound guy, is like going through like line checking each thing, and we were under strict orders to not swear besides what was in the songs. Right. Actually, they weren't like strict orders. Nobody said shit to us there. Mm-mm. It was in the contract, but whatever. Tell the story.
Well, I forget who brought it up. Who asked what the worst or the most inappropriate word for how
the female reproductive organ? This is all conversation that's going through our in-ears.
Yeah, so we were talking through our microphones because they weren't going through front of house. We could just hear it amongst ourselves and have conversations that normal people have conversations about. Who said, what's the worst one? Who brought that up?
That sounds like an Aton thing.
Probably was an Aton thing.
Sounds like Aton to me.
And my submission was that I think it doesn't get worse than twat. But Steve, our sound guy, fired up the front of house right when I said twat, and that was the first thing through the PA that day. But
nobody looked before we get into the actual show. Like,
no, they were all about it.
No one cared. And then I have a pre-show playlist on Spotify that I made a while ago, and I sent it to Steve. I didn't realize how many bad words there were in all those songs. Some very bad words, but nobody cared. Nobody yelled at us.
Nobody cared. Nobody yelled. We pretty much kept our promise of not swearing between songs.
It was tough.
Yeah, there might have been a couple that slipped out. Like I know between kill you into criminal, I say you're goddamn right. And I definitely did that this time, so I don't know if goddamn counted or not, but that came out. But other than that, we were pretty clean.
We were very clean, and
Clean
Ryan at one point totally caught himself, like towards the end of the night.
Our sound guy.
Yeah, it was so hilarious.
Yeah, that was a good one.
It was great.
He caught himself nice.
He did, and the show was great. It was a different kind of setup, and there was a lot of seated area, which I get it. Like people like reserve tables, they bought tickets for these tables, but then, it's like get up, people, get up to the front. And once everyone did, like once they had a couple drinks, they were good. I saw one person post that they loved the band. I don't know if you saw this on the Shady Facebook. They loved the band, but their night wasn't good because there was like a drunk couple behind them the whole time.
Yeah, I saw that comment.
And I'm like, oh, I totally understand, but like, you can get up and move. I didn't say that because I didn't want to sound like condescending.
That's what I was wondering too. But then I was like, if they did pay for their table, then they can't.
Mm-hmm. And you never know if someone's got like a physical ailment where they can't, or they just don't want to, and I can appreciate that too.
Yeah. Plus, I'm not sure if that person was on our side, because the way that layout was like a little bit of a dance floor, then seated area, then the creek, and then more seated area. So I don't know if they were way back past the creek and couldn't move from there. I don't know. Or
if they were, because there were like spots to the left and the right of the stage, like elevated seating areas too.
Interesting layout.
Yeah, it was.
Cool.
The food, I liked the food. They made some shady themed wine slushies. They were great. They took care of us. The whole staff was awesome, and we weren't home crazy late, which I always absolutely appreciate.
Yeah, saving that hour on the drive home is awesome.
Oh, so good. So good. So good.
Except for the free taquitos that Ryan got.
Dude, okay, so the story is there was like half the band and crew was in one van, the other half was in another. And me, Shabs, Aton, and Steve pulled up to a gas station. 7-Eleven. And you guys were all there. And Ryan comes out with... He failed to mention that he bought an entire frozen pizza.
He did, for a 2-hour drive that was really soft and wobbly by the time we got home. But yes, he did buy a frozen pizza.
He bought a frozen pizza. But he said that the guy inside... He's like, they're like, it's past midnight, so taquito, like there's free taquitos or something.
Anything off the roller, the hot roller. He said, After midnight, it's got to go, it's free.
Aton warned us about this dude when we were pulling in. He's like, Tony, you got to go in and get something, and you got to look at the gas station attendant. He's like, he's got BDSM tattooed on his face. And I'm like...
Among other, that's not even the only face tattoo.
No. And he was a nice guy, but he was like doing something by that area, and I'm like, listen, I don't want a taquito or something like that bad.
Nope. And so Ryan took 4 of them.
So that pizza was cooked that he had?
No, just a frozen pizza packaged up.
That's
right out of the freezer. And
then it gets bad. He'll be on this later. He can
explain himself.
He needs to explain himself on this. I got some questions.
Yeah. But those 4 taquitos he had betrayed him. That's for sure.
Oh, they did.
They turned on him.
You never. If any place is giving away free shit, it's like it's midnight now. These have been sitting for probably 24 hours. But you know what? It was only a 2-hour ride home. Like, something happens, like pre-show, I wouldn't mess with that. Or if we had a show the next day, I wouldn't even fuck with that.
That's when they betrayed him the next day.
Oh.
I got a text about it.
Okay, so we have a big weekend ahead of us here. Let me.
Yes, you bet your ass we do.
Let me get this up here. Friday. We are back at Cruisin's in Peoria. This is Cruisin's on Farmington. On Farmington, not War Memorial, on Farmington. And we usually start there around like 9:15. I'm going to see if I can push that a little bit. We'll talk to Wayne.
Nice.
That'd be nice.
I love Wayne. Shout out Wayne.
Yeah, Wayne's the shit. Wayne's so much fun. He gave Shabs the first time we played down there. He gave him like a fucking bottle of like really good bourbon.
Oh,
They got ping pong back there now. They got all this cool shit.
that's one of the best green rooms we've ever had.
It's like a greenhouse.
It
It's
is,
not-
right. Mhm.
but not like a greenhouse in the like
The cool way.
the cool way. Yeah, like there's not like weed growing. There's probably weed back there, but
Yeah, there's food back there.
yeah, whatever. And then Saturday, I'm so excited for KC's Marina Point in Evansville. I played there with hair band. I played there with boy band. It is so fucking cool. Like,
Ooh, I've never been.
it is so cool. It's right on the river. It's a mass. They have like multiple bars. They have like a bar they have a floating barge bar. Like it's a big. It's like the closest place to like a Bourbon Street, but it's all outdoors.
Sweet.
It's outdoors, but it's covered. And if it gets shitty, they can like cover whatever. But super fun stage. There's like, if I recall, there's like a runway on the stage.
Ooh.
Don't quote me on that.
I'm quoting.
But Chad down there, I've been working with Chad since I was in Hairbangers Ball, like 2013, 2014. We've been going down to play KC's Timeout. Chad's the fucking shit. The whole staff down there is awesome.
Hell yeah.
It's like the college side of town, whereas like KC's Timeout is on like the other side of town. This is more youthful, more modernized. I guess I could say that, but
So
it's super duper fun. So I can't wait for that. I'm assuming we'll go on around 10 at Marina Point, and that place rages till 3 a.m. Like
they better. This is going to be my birthday bash weekend. So
it is your birthday bash weekend.
come out in full force and celebrate. Let's have a party. I'm getting shit back.
I remember when we were in Pawpaw and they had like the themed, Steve, our sound guy, came back and he had like a themed shady cocktail. And I'm like, oh, I need to go get a picture of this. And I'm like, Mike, come with me. And then the irony of it was that we don't drink. So the two guys in the band that don't drink at all were like going, and they're like, you want to try one? And I'm like, no. The mock one, that was the Mockingbird.
Genius.
Which was the
Brilliant.
mocktail.
You got to love it.
I considered it, but I'm like, there's probably a bunch of sugar in it, and I don't want my heart to explode before a show. Or maybe I should have. Maybe I would have been fucking like I just did an 8-ball.
Do you happen to have a picture ready to queue up of what we saw right after the?
I absolutely can cue that up.
Ooh, because that was pretty sweet.
This was really sweet. Yeah, I can just log into the shady.
Oh,
I was just gonna use my phone, but that's not gonna do it justice.
true.
Did I post it on my actual page too? CL profiles. I should wait. Hold on. Nope, wrong one.
Oh,
No, what am I doing? Wait. There we go.
professional shit. That's what we do here.
Dude, the pictures came out so good from that show.
Oh,
Okay.
dude, hell yeah.
All right, I'm gonna share that from our Facebook page really quick. Share screen. Look at this shit. Can you see it?
Yes, make America shady again.
If I zoom in, is it zooming in?
Yes, it is.
So that's Joelle, who's seen us like fucking 4 times already.
Yep.
And she made this. And me and you were walking around like doing something. And we saw her, we said hi. And she's like, I got to show you this. And I'm like, oh my God, what does she have? Sometimes things can get really weird. Like your face like on a pillow or something. But this was badass. And I told her, I'm like, we're going to steal that slogan.
Yep.
And she's like, I don't care. I don't care.
Yep.
Dude, I love the fucking sound guy back here.
I know.
It
yeah.
looks like he's fucking posing. Let me see if I can. Their crew was so much fun. They were so cool. This guy, I can't remember. I think it's the Chocolate Starfish is the name of his Limp Bizkit tribute band.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, that was super cool. That
That's
was
the
like,
coolest flag ever. She's
yeah,
dope.
so cool.
Thank you, Joelle.
Yes, thank you, Joel. So, um, we have those two shows coming up this weekend, and it's just like a nice little road trip. We get to stay in hotels 2 nights in a row. It's like we're like in Texas or something.
Okay, let's go back to Texas too.
Oh, we will. We absolutely will. I want to do like a longer run down in Texas, though.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
I don't mind doing. Not gonna lie, I don't like doing the 1 day fly-ins.
No, need more. We need more.
You need more. And I'd like to fly in the night before so we can actually like sleep and we're not like drained at all. Even though it really hasn't affected us down there. Like the last 2 fly-in dates were great. El Paso and then the last time we were in Dallas, same thing.
Mm-hmm.
But it's way more fun when we can like have some rest.
Let our hair down a little bit.
Yeah. I got my hair's just long enough now where I can man bun it, so I can let that down a little bit.
Oh yeah, that's when you know you're just relaxed and you're there to relax.
Relax. Don't do it when you want to suffer to it. So what do we have this week, Michael?
We've got a very special guest today, actually. Doesn't need an introduction, but he's going to get one. If you've seen us live, you know his introduction. The one, the only, the man, the myth, the monster, Nick Shabatura.
There he is.
What's up, boys?
Hey, what's going on? How are you, brother?
I'm good. I'm enjoying a day off for the first time in like 2 weeks. So
you have like a legit day off?
No, just a day off of. I've worked and I did redid the drum loom for Shady today. So
you know what we do on our day off? We work.
Yeah, just a day off of not having to learn 1,000 songs.
Oh, yep. Okay. No, that's
feels
good.
That's always good.
How you
Nick,
guys?
Thank you so much for joining us, buddy.
Yeah, dude, no problem, man.
Give us your musical background history. You don't have to mention all 2,098 bands that you played in.
Yeah, it's a lot, dude.
Well, I guess let's start at the top because I don't even know what was the first cover or tribute band you were in.
Well, like 6th grade, me and Gilbert from Hairband Night, we had a little crappy garage band called Nemesis. And I
didn't know you guys went that far back.
Yeah,
I assumed you were like high school buddies. You're way back, childhood.
Yeah, I knew him since like 1st grade. But
Dude.
So I had a drum set forever, and then he got a guitar like Christmas when he was 11. So then me and him started playing Metallica in my bedroom and shit, and started a band. And we were kind of too young to write shit. We didn't know how to write shit, so we just learned all the shit that was on Q101 and in our dad's CD collections and shit. So we ended up having like a 40-song set list of covers that we did, and that was like our first shows playing out was with that band. And like coincidentally, one of the first shows we did was Romeo Fest when we were like 12, and our sound guy was Carl from KC Audio.
Oh my god.
No way.
Yeah. And now we play Bourbon every weekend, and Carl's our sound guy. So it's
dude,
pretty fucking wild, dude. Yeah.
Okay, so that's one of your first shows. How old are you? Your first show?
I think we were like 12. It was like 7th grade. Our first show, I think, was like 6th grade. We did the same, like Romeoville Rec Center, but Romeo Fest was our second show. So it's pretty
That's
solid.
Pretty crazy second show.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then as far as cover tribute stuff, middle school, high school, it's all original stuff. A lot of metal stuff going on. And then when I turned 21, some guys I knew from Joliet had a Motley Crue tribute called Bastard. they needed a drummer, and I happened to know all the Motley Crue stuff. So started jamming with them, and then I got a random phone call one day. Some guy with a CCR band needed a drummer, and then that's how I got in that. And then that was kind of my introduction to like super pro, like working, like drummer, musician, touring, like for not sleeping like at Walmart and stuff. So so that was kind of, I don't know, I wasn't searching for it. I just kind of fell into that, but then ever since then it's just kind of snowballed.
Yeah. And for those who don't know, Nick is in with me and Mike. He's in Shady, Lala, and the Hairband Night, and then part time I'm with him in the Country Night, and this new Country 2K thing that just started last week. Because
yeah,
if there's one thing that Nick needs, it's more material with different band members.
Yes. Yeah. We had our first show this past Wednesday at Bourbon in the beer garden, but it went awesome. It's a great, lineup of people. It's all members, Country Night, past, former and current members, and then a couple of the guys from Boy Band Night. So, but it's pretty new material to everyone. The material's kind of all over the place and not it sounds weird, but it's really different from Country Night, even though they're both like country bands. You know what I mean? But yeah. But it was a lot of fun. Good show. Great crowd. Feels good to get the first one. No train wrecks or anything. Everything was really solid.
Yeah.
Put it all together with one rehearsal like 2 days before the show, so we had a lot of trust in that one rehearsal, but it was good, man. Everyone did their homework, and you guys know how that is,
Yeah.
Control yourself and hope everyone else does too.
Yeah.
How do you like playing the beer garden? I like that stage. I think I've only played that one.
Yeah, dude, I like it a lot. It's fun. I know Country Night, Hairband Night, we did out there a few times over COVID when we were having to do some of the outdoor stuff, and we were filling like some Wednesdays and Thursdays. But this show was the first time I did out there since they like redid it and like made it concrete with like steel trusses and like flew the speakers. Like it's pretty sick now.
Yeah.
So I like that stage.
Yeah, I saw a bunch of video and it sounded fucking great.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, the band, is all great. Everyone did their homework and shit, and everyone probably would have gave you the same answer before the show. Like, I feel okay, with the material, but once it was game time, it was all came together, and all those people that aren't in Country Night in that band have filled in for Country Night at some point. So we all had kind of built-in chemistry of, some of those endings that fade out and shit. They know we'll find each other, embellish a drum fill, and all know when to end. So, I mean, there was no, like, we never played together kind of stuff. So we had that in our favor. Yeah, it helps a lot.
Yeah, that's awesome.
How did you first get involved with Right Stuff Entertainment? How did that come about?
That's another crazy
umbrella of all of our bands.
Yeah, that's another crazy, just fell into it. Like, so there was a Craigslist ad for a drummer needed for a musical, and I took that. I was like, okay, yeah, work. And then so I joined that, and it was the large band size, but it was all like half female, half males. And it's like when we went on the road and did a show, is like the guys gravitated to hang out with each other. So I hung out with the singer James, and then the keyboard player was Aton. And then
shout out
and then when Right Stuff had boy band going, they had Hairband just started. They wanted to do a country band, and Kenny hit up James to put together a country band, and he said, I got a drummer and a keyboard player, and that was me and Aton. And then that's kind of how I fell into Right Stuff. And then now I'm in 5 of their bands, and they keep me busier than anyone. So but that was all stemmed from a Craigslist ad for a musical. You know what I mean? It's fucking not what you would expect to come of it. So
and me and Shabs before, I think I was already in Hairband Night, but me and Shabs played in a Nirvana tribute together for a couple of years.
Yeah, that's it's like I think right when Hairband started, but yeah, I was in Smells Like Nirvana with Dan Zemanek from Louder Now. He left because he wanted to focus more on Louder Now and stuff. We needed a bass player, and I knew Martino from Hairbangers because one of my good buddies, Tony Mori, played guitar. So I used to go see Hairbangers a lot, and I suggested Martino to, like, we should get that dude play bass for us. He looks cool. He knows the Nirvana shit. Like, he's, like, kind of done the behind the scenes marketing and graphic design shit. So then he joined, and we did Smells for a couple of years together, and that's kind of another route in the Right Stuff Entertainment of building that relationship.
And as soon as the Hairband Night's prior drummer Frankie, once he left to play with Seventh Heaven, it was like the immediate obvious drummer was Shabs. It was like, this has to be the guy. Like, this is the dude. Like, period. And
it was way easier learning that shit than the country night when I first joined, because when Kenny and them hit me up, Kenny made the first initial set list and shit. I remember being like at the gym listening to Spotify playlists. I'm like, fuck, dude, I heard like 3 of these songs before. So it was like learning a new language, whereas like when you sent me the Hairband Night set, it's like, oh dude, these are like already like burned into my brain. It's going to be easy to pick these up. So
and then and then a lot of people don't know this, but Shabs is the one who came up with the idea for Lala.
Lala
it was all Shabs.
Baby,
it was I kind of gotta say I half stole it from Zemanek, not the idea itself, but the reasoning behind it. So when we were doing Smells at first, me and Zemanek would always talk about bands, the state of like what's hot right now, all that. And he brought up a good point pretty early on in Smells that a few years ago from then, the big thing was like all the Journey bands, all the, Foreigner, REO cover bands and shit, and then like a lot of people doing like the hair band stuff, Hairbangers, all the copycat bands of that. And then Smells was going. It was like every weekend we were doing like 3 bill shows, and it was just nothing but grunge. It was like Smells and then an STP and a Pearl Jam. Smells, a Soundgarden, and a Pearl Jam. It was some mix of that, and we were kind of saying like, this stuff's really hot right now, but at some point people are, they're not going to have a reason to come out every weekend to see the same kind of 3 bands or whatever.
Right.
And Zemanek said, he thought the next thing, because it's going like by decades and generations and stuff. So he thought the next thing was going to be like the early 2000s, emo pop punk stuff. So he jumped on it before anyone did. And, it obviously made sense. I mean, they kill it like everywhere they play now.
Yeah.
So then that's made me think like what, it might not be the only genre after that stuff, but I was like, what's other artists or a genre that like those real artists play like arenas and shit, but like no cover bands really touch other outside of like, Mr. Brightside or something for like, a top 40 band. So that's how I thought of Lala, because there's so many massive artists, but they kind of don't fall into a genre that's appropriate for, you know, a cover band like them.
And it's
Right.
crazy because like that's like the entire plot point of the song 1985 by Bowling for Soup, because that song fucking came out in what, 05, 04,
Like
05.
04 or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like if that song was written today, it would be about those bands.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
It's fucking
it weird?
scary. Yeah.
That's fucking
fucking-
weird.
Fucking weird.
Yeah.
I was
That's wild.
thinking about that yesterday. That song was on the radio, and I was like, God damn, if that was written today, it's all our bands. It's like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
jeez.
the thing I love about Lala, we rehearsed the fuck out of that shit. We did like 25 rehearsals.
And that
Yeah.
was so necessary.
Yeah.
It was
so necessary.
Because I remember like towards the end of those rehearsals, like you could tell we were all getting burnt. And we're like, fuck, okay. But it was getting better. It was getting better.
A lot of work, but it was
Mhm.
worth it because the, you know, first several months that we came out and played, like we were definitely super fucking tight, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? And
Oh,
that
yeah.
wasn't the kind of material where it's like, you know, like show up, we're doing, you know, Sweet Child and Don't Stop and Wagon Wheel, like everyone's played it before. Like this is like we had to dial in different tones for every song, different
Yeah.
patches for every song. We had to learn how to recreate like electronic, you know, 21 Pilots, Post Malone, and all this stuff, like without tracks, without electronics like that.
Yeah.
And that kind of inadvertently prepared us for us doing Shady, because
Yeah.
we had experience with Shady. It was like same thing. Is like, how the hell do we make this a rock band or a band orientation if we don't have, you know, electronic drums and like all these, you know, sounds? But we had to do the same stuff with all the Lala material. So once we went to do Shady, it was like, okay, we
can
know-
reflect on it.
we
We
know,
did
yeah,
And like,
we did this before. We know, like,
Yeah.
there's going to be instances where we need to adapt and make this a band orientation rather than try and mimic what's on the record exactly, because that's not going to translate the same.
Right. Right. And when you think about it, Shady should have been a lot harder to come together, and I mean, it was tough still, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But I think you're totally right, because we had that experience with Lala and figuring out all this stuff, like you said, with the tones and with making everything sound good live, and then figuring out all the vocal shit and like all this other stuff. I mean, Mike had the brunt of the craziness when we started Shady, because there was a lot of words and shit. But like us as a band, it was for me. I mean, I hate to say that it was easy for me, but I went from playing guitar with a bunch of different patches to playing bass, so it was super easy for me. But I think it also gave everybody the confidence to be like, well, Lala was an undertaking, and we killed that. Like the first show we played, like everyone was coming up to us like, you guys are so good. Like
we were fucking, you know, it was like a fighter that just went through fight camp. Like we were super prepared, like, you know, on top of our game. So
yeah. And the interesting thing with Lala, me and Mike, we've talked about this on prior episodes, is like you brought up the idea to me, Shabs, and I immediately thought of Ryan from he was in the one. I'm like, this guy, he is the age of the demographic that we're going for with this band. He knows what the fuck is hip right now. He knows all this shit, you know? And it took him a couple shows to like get like acclimated to us, because we're all like pros. We've been doing it forever, and he's like this new kid coming in. But here's when I knew that show was going to be totally fine. It was when he showed up before load in. He doesn't have anything to load in. At this point, he had nothing to load in.
right.
yeah.
And he was just sitting backstage with his fucking headphones on, listening to the shit.
Locked in.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Shabs had a conversation with him that locked in a quote that we still use to this day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tell that story. I love that story.
So So we kind of never asked Ryan, like, so, your show experience, what's the longest show you ever did? We never really asked him that until like the day of the Lala show or, or like the rehearsal before it, that Thursday or whatever. And he said that, he did like 15 minutes with School of Rock, and we're like about to do like 2 hours and 40 minutes.
Yes.
No break, everything, from Dua Lipa to Wolf Mother to all this, had his work cut out for him. But yeah, so get to the first show, and he's there before everyone, just kind of pacing back and forth, listening to his headphones and stuff. And I just kind of wanted to check in with him. Like, I couldn't tell if he was like, got the nerves or what, but I wanted to just kind of break the ice. Like, hey, man. I was like, hey, you cool? And he's like, yeah, I'm cool. You cool? And I was like, all right. I was like, I think the motherfucker's ready.
Shabs told me that, and I'm like, this is going to fucking murder.
Yeah.
This is going to murder.
Yeah. Dialed in.
Dialed the fucking.
Once he said that, I was like, all right, I ain't going to worry about him then. If he's cool.
Yeah. Speaking of, we have Ryan in the waiting room.
Oh, my God.
And I have a sound queued up for Ryan as he comes in here. Ryan, are you ready? Give me a thumbs up if you're ready. He just put his arm in the fucking air. Everyone, Ryan Rabe, everybody.
Yes!
Oh, Ryan!
Oh, my pussy!
I'm back. It's a little dark in here now that I realize it, but it'll be good. I'm not going to be on here long.
It looks romantic is what it looks.
Oh, no, bro.
Cool.
We went like over 2 hours last week. We're looking to break that record this week.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Strap in, buddy. You ain't going nowhere.
I only have the one story, and it's not going to take long. I just need Nick here to give me the thumbs up and be like, yep, that happened. Because if not, no one's going to fucking believe me. Nobody.
Before we get to that, I want to ask you, how did you feel before the first Lala show?
That's funny, too. I forgot to even tell you guys. Some of the songs I was listening to wasn't even from our set. So
you were just
like,
getting in the mood?
So it'd be like some songs from the set, and then like Baby Keem, and then some songs from the set, and then Baby Keem, and then because that's like my hype music backstage. So most of the time when you see me now with the headphones, it's Baby Keem backstage. But yeah, dude, it was a little terrifying, just because I hadn't done that long. But we've done it so long now that I got it all.
Yeah. Oh, that was fun. But that was, and you champed through it. You champed through that motherfucker. And that was when we were doing, like, we did what's the Salute Your Solutions? Salute, like that one, which is a ball buster. We did Mother. I did it again. We did Woman by Wolf Mother.
Yep.
And then we closed with fucking Shabatage.
Oh, yeah,
dude, my brain is fucking fried, bro.
Ryan, was there a moment? Sorry to cut you off, Tony. Did you?
No, you're good. No, you're good.
Did you have a moment like this? My first hairband gig at Bourbon Street. My first time playing. I hadn't played a 2-hour set, so I'm like, we're trucking along through the set, and I'm feeling pretty good, but I'm getting to the point where I'm like, all right, we got to be about 3/4 of the way done. We're getting the home stretch, and I look over at the set list. There's still 3/4 of the set to go. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah. So
it's a 2-hour set. Did
from
you have like that?
From the original set list, I would try to like stay. So I'll usually have like a claw or two before the show. But in our original set list, as soon as Ain't No Rest for the Wicked, as soon as I saw that, because you know how far down that was in our original set.
Yeah.
That's when I'd be like, okay, they bought shots for us. We'll do the shot. They got White Claws for me. We'll do the White Claws because I know then I'll be comfortable to do the next 5. It's going to be that Mr. Brightside, Sabotage. Like, there's no way you can mess those up. So I knew once I was there, I'm like, okay, we're in the home stretch. Like, we got through the hardest parts of the show. Let's have some fun.
Okay, we got to hear this. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm just going to say I totally understand that there's certain songs you just know like the back of your hand, like Lose Yourself. Nobody could ever mess that up.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Whoa. Okay, Mike.
Whoa, Mike. Whoa, Mike.
Who said that? I don't know what you're talking about.
To be fair, the only times I've ever heard you mess that up is when you go out into the crowd and there's too much crowd interaction. So
it's
like
crowd interaction, and I get right in front of the speakers, and there's feedback ringing in my ear. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But it's
I've
all right.
had people like when we go out into the stage, someone that pulls you too close, they give you the Trump handshake.
Yeah.
And then now you're in their shoulder with the microphone. You're like, oh man, and the microphone bopped me in the nose. How the fuck am I gonna remember where I was in the song? Those are the only times I've ever heard you mess up on Lose Yourself, and it's because of fucking drunk people wanting to like just maul you when you come out there. Yeah.
Sometimes, what are you gonna do? Sometimes you just lose yourself.
You lost yourself in the music.
In the music,
and so
yeah.
did they.
You only get one shot.
There was somebody had commented something on the. They were talking shit about one of the shows coming up, and then you ended up going and reciting the lyrics to Lose Yourself with some other person.
It was a good time. It was a good time. The comment sections are fun.
Yes, they've gotten. Have you noticed? Like, this weekend has gotten a lot more like.
The shit talking is back.
Yes, and I'm so happy about it.
Yep.
I'm so happy about it.
Big time.
Makes it more fun. Okay, Ryan, you got to tell this story.
All right. So
set the stage, because I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, you have no clue about this story? Oh,
I have told Mike nothing about it. In fact, I've told most people nothing about it just because I wanted to get on here and tell the story, because Nick and I were pretty enamored by this guy. I don't know if you've ever seen anything like it, Nick. I call it an NPC, like that meme now, the non-playable character in the video game. This guy's only job, if life was a video game, was to go up to our window and try to fight me. Now, the context of the story is we are trying to leave the venue at the time. We all went to go see A Day to Remember in the story so far. And the parking lot is packed. And in front of us, there's this car that all the windows are open. There's girls packing their stuff, and they're singing a very well-known A Day to Remember song. So I roll down the window. Everyone in the car rolls down the windows. We're all singing, right? And the girls finally hear us singing, and they're singing louder with us, and we're all having a party. And then out the fucking right corner of my eye, I see fucking Popeye marching over to the car. Just the biggest fucking muscles you've ever seen in your life. And he pops a squat with his hands like this on the window, and he's like, "What's up?" And I'm like, "What's up, muscles?" And he didn't take too kindly to me calling him muscles at all. Like, immediately his whole demeanor changed. And he's like, "What the fuck was that?" I'm like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "You just called me muscles. I don't take kindly to that." I'm like, "No, it's all right. It was supposed to be a compliment. People call me mustache sometimes." And he's like, "Are you fast?" I'm like, "Am I fast?"
No. At first you said that, and he's like, "I don't like compliments." And then we're just like, "What the fuck?"
So like the whole car was like trying to hold back laughter. I don't like compliments. So I'm like,
it was the weirdest thing to say while trying to act tough. It's like we're like,
well, it gets even weirder trying to act tough when he says, "Are you fast?" like 3 times to me. "Are you fast?" I'm like, "In a race?"
Yeah.
But I'm expecting like,
we had
"Are you
follow-up
fast?"
questions like,
you're sitting in a car, right?
Yeah, with his hands like this on the window. So the obvious thing would just be like, roll it up. This guy's drunk. I called him muscles. Let's get the fuck out of here. But the parking lot is so packed, we couldn't just pull out.
There's a car in front of us and behind us.
Dude.
And this dude's like this on Ryan's window. So if he wanted to, like, he could just start swinging.
Yeah.
We got to get out of the car because we can't drive away.
That's what I thought it was. I thought it was going to be like, "Are you fast?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Well, are you fast enough for this?" And then it just comes at me.
Yeah.
So
it wasn't he wasn't that cool though. It's like all his shit, like all his shit talking like needed follow-up questions. Like he's like, "Are you fast?" And you're like, "In a race?" Like, what do you mean? Like we couldn't make sense of this dude.
Dude,
I don't like compliments.
He doesn't.
Yeah.
He really doesn't. I will never compliment anyone ever again.
Yeah.
And all the windows are rolled down. So he finds his way to the back of the car, and someone says that we're in a band or something like that, right? Didn't that kind of diffuse the situation? Oh wait, no, he asked me I asked him his name, and he said his name was Ryan. So I'm like, dude, my name is also Ryan. So we kind of diffused it there a little bit, but he just wouldn't fucking leave. And someone said that we were in a band. Now this is where it gets crazy. This is like I'm gonna see myself on TikTok someday. His wife comes over to the car and is like, babe, let's go. Babe, let's go. We got to go. Quit bothering these guys. I'm like, okay, thank God. We're going to get him out of here and then we're going to leave. And he's like, no, whatever. This guy's not fast. Just still chatting us up in the back of the car. They let him know that we're in a band. Someone in the back of the car. They're like, you guys are in a band? What do you guys play? And I'm like, I'm the singer. Dude, the wife whips out her phone and she's like, sing for me. These are the words. And she gives me like a prompt. And like I'm singing into her phone, just like random names, like congratulations on your marriage and shit. And the dude is just sitting there like watching her record me. And after she's done, she's like, that was so good. Thank you. And then they both just left without hitting me. And I'm like, that is the day I sang myself out of getting my ass kicked.
Yeah. And then you somehow got you know how when you're leaving a concert, there's a giant train of cars that are not moving? Mm-hmm. Ryan, what'd you do? You like held your watch out the window and you're like, everyone get the fuck out of the way. We got somewhere to go. And all the cars moved and we got to Lakeshore Drive like in 20 seconds. It was like some movie shit, dude.
So I just like did my outside voice right out the window. Like really, like if we're doing Sabotage or something like that, imagine me that loud, but now screaming out the window. They probably thought it was a fucking emergency. It was not. I just didn't want my ass beat. I really didn't. I was trying to get away from muscles at all costs.
Ryan had a frozen pizza thawing out in the backseat.
Yeah.
Okay, by the way, that wasn't 2 hours because Big Man is a fucking champion. We got there in like an hour and 20 minutes, man.
That was a 2-hour drive.
Oh, fuck off, man. That pizza was delicious when I got home still.
But I've never heard of somebody, the taquitos I understand, but buying a frozen pizza in Michigan to eat when you get home.
Yeah.
Okay. So the structure, so the pizza was like this when I bought it, completely flat. And then over time, it just kept on gaping like this on the drive home. So I had all my shit stacked on the pizza. You just hear me in the back car go, oh, fuck. Because someone would slide off of it because the thing was caving in.
I want to know when you ate the pizza because when we got back to town, you went into bourbon for a while.
Yes. Good point, Nick.
You didn't have to bring that up. I was going to make it sound like I made the pizza immediately. No, Nick and I, we partied at bourbon for like 2 hours.
Okay. So where was the pizza during that session?
In a car. It was in a car. Okay, so it could have been the pizza. I don't want to blame it on the taquitos.
Yeah, that could have been the pizza.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Big time. Definitely could have been the pizza.
All right.
I don't think anybody else who had the taquitos had a problem.
Why not? Oh, that's a good point. Why not just wait till you get like in your area and buy a pizza?
We have those here.
Yeah, we have those.
I am an impulsive 24-year-old. I see pizza and I buy it.
From a man with a BDSM face tap.
Because I thought you walk out and you're like, all you're talking about is how there's free taquitos in there. Yep. But you pass by the fact, like I had to look like 3 times. I'm like, is he holding a frozen pizza that's still wrapped? Like I was like, is that a cooked pizza? I'm like, no, it's still wrapped. But you totally it wasn't even a thought in your mind that you're walking out with a frozen pizza.
So I should have went to your van and been like, dude, guys, they have frozen pizzas in there. Let's all get a frozen pizza and drive home. I'm sorry, that's my fault. I should have told you guys about that.
They had cooked pizza in there too.
They did have, yeah.
No, they didn't.
Ready to go.
Yeah, hot and ready.
At night,
there.
In that middle thing, like,
yeah,
it was spinning right when you walk in.
Yeah, I didn't see shit in there.
Near the taquitos.
Yeah, before that.
False.
Did you have too many claws at the show? Did that make you not see the... I mean, it's a way cooler story and a cooler thing to walk out with a full fucking
Pizza,
frozen
yeah.
pizza.
I mean, what are you
Right.
paying? Like $3 for the slice? I get like fucking 8 of them for 10. I just gotta wait 4 hours.
Yeah, yeah, and after that drive home and it thaws out, you only got to cook it for 3 minutes.
Yeah. Actually, surprisingly cooked very fast. Not even lying. It's actually true.
That's not
Because
surprising.
it wasn't frozen anymore.
It wasn't frozen anymore.
half cooked sitting in that fucking car in the parking lot at Bourbon.
The opposite of surprising.
I totally forgot that you guys partied there after.
Yeah,
That's-
for a little bit.
Ryan's not allowed in the boom boom room anymore.
Dude, that's so funny. When I was in the background waiting for you guys, I opened up my Facebook Messenger. Caitlin sent me a video from that night of me in the club, and I'm like, oh, fuck, yeah, I see why now.
Yeah, you're not allowed back there.
You're built for the club, dude.
I know. I see myself in the video so built for that club, but, dude, I do not remember that part of being in the club.
Well, that's what happens. That's the timeline of a Bourbon Street hang. Like you go to see a band, you go to like hang out in the beer garden for a little bit, and for those that are feeling good, you end the night in the boom boom room, and it's not uncommon to not either remember being there, or just to forget certain parts of it. You did the boom boom room right, but you are built for the fucking boom boom room.
Caitlin told me. Oh yes.
Yes.
Caitlin, shout out Caitlin Toyama. She told me that after our show, she went to the boom boom room. They were partying, they were dancing, having a good night. It was like 3 a.m. or something like that. She told me. Her and her friends are finally leaving. They walk out front door, walking through the parking lot to their car. In the distance, Ryan sticks his head out of the band door and goes, ah!
I did? Okay.
And scared them.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, so everybody's having a good time there.
That's you are absolutely Ryan, we need more people like you in that boom boom room. Like,
cool.
You are like the mascot for the boom boom room.
I used my mob mentality in my voice. So there's like the song going, I was like, hey, 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 and then everyone around in the video, it's just a circle of just mob mentality. Hey, and then someone gets in the middle.
And then you guys all fought him.
Yeah. What's up, Muscles?
I was I was positive you were going to call his wife Miss Muscles or something like that.
Dude, for the next like 2-3 days, we're all texting each other. What's up, Muscles? Or are you fast? And shit like that. Just anything this guy said.
I don't like compliments.
I don't like compliments.
Yeah.
I have a video of Ryan headbanging during it might have been, I don't know if it was Fist or Silver Sky or Silver. Oh my God!
Silver
Do you
Sky.
see what I'm doing?
Ooh, Silver Sky. That's actually a cool band name.
Oh my God!
I'm gonna write that.
Talk
one.
amongst
Dude.
yourself until I find this fucking.
Wait,
video.
hold up. Yeah, Silver Sky. You ever thought of that?
Silver
No.
Sky. That's the name of my actually.
Like 50-50 it? Hour set?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, Tony, we didn't even talk about that. That was this weekend, wasn't it? The Fist and
Back
Silver-
line.
Holy
Lions,
shit! We
wah, wah.
didn't talk. Well, it's better now. We can.
Hey, look at the Silver Sky.
This
That
is a
guitar
Silver
is
Sky.
called the Silver
It's a
Sky.
Silver Sky guitar. John Mayer owns the trademark, so we can't do it. Yeah, talk about, dude. That show was fucking great.
That
That
was
show
a
was
good show.
great.
That was a lot of fun. That was really cool. Original music at Bourbon Street. What?
And that was
Awesome.
2 nights in a row. There was the Thursday night. There was original bands there too.
Bourbon Street is they're the best ever. I love Bourbon Street so much. They don't have to do that.
Mike,
They
did
do.
you tell Tony and Nick that you guys already got a fist date for November?
November 1st at WC Social Club.
That's right.
Oh, really?
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
fucking sweet.
I will definitely be there as Fist to the Sky is growing as one of my favorite bands
Oh,
as of recently.
oh,
Man, if
yeah.
I could wake up and not have like these days stuck in my head, that'd be very nice, Mike. I don't know what the fuck you did to me, but I'll be just walking throughout my life and just these days. Yeah, it's so good.
Thank you. I like to play.
I like to play.
It's
Here,
a
wait.
fun song, though.
It is fun.
I want to adjust my focus here, so it's closer to. There's Ryan.
Yeah. Those are my new friends. I like making friends at these shows. That's Jimmy and Jabid. They're awesome.
You know what that is right there? That's good vibes.
That's good vibes.
Yeah, that's friendship.
And that's why Ryan needs to be the mascot of the Boom Boom Room. Because he brings those good vibes.
That's right.
That's why. Oh, my God. I should have fucking stayed. I also should have hung out with you and Shabs that night. I should have gone into Bourbon Street.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that would have been fun.
I went in for a little. It was I told Ryan I feel weird, like I'm able to just leave right now. I don't have to like go load my drums or
Yeah.
anything. Like I'm free to just leave. It's amazing.
Yeah. That's fucking awesome. And
Dude,
what?
it wasn't that wild that night either. Like Nick and I were just like, oh, it's nice to sit back and people watch. Like,
yeah, we were pretty chill. We
Yeah.
leaned against like shot bar and just people watched people that were way more annihilated than us.
but they weren't doing anything stupid or crazy, so it was like we don't really have any stories from that night, unfortunately.
Well, since we're all going to be gone this weekend, let's talk about this weekend.
No.
Again, Cruisins,
Double up.
which we've played before.
Yes.
Casey's Marina, we have not played. I am so excited for you guys to see this place.
I'm stoked too. I can't wait to get there.
We played
I'm
near there, right?
We played Timeout, Casey's Timeout Lounge, which is on the other side of town. This is like like I was telling Mike before, it's like very similar to Bourbon Street. The place is fucking massive. There's multiple bars. It's based outdoors, but then you can walk down this thing to a dock and there's like a floating barge. And you guys can party your fucking balls off there. Like they take care of us to the nth degree and it's a fucking shitload of fun.
Are we staying in Indiana that night?
Fuck yeah, we are. Because
Stay left.
I have to drive Steve to the Evansville airport the next morning. So
Ooh.
I might just stay up until I have to do that. But the last time I was down there, I played with Boy Band. We were done at like maybe 1 o'clock, and we didn't leave there till 3:30 or 4 in the morning.
You guys drove back that night?
No, fuck no.
Oh,
no,
leave
no,
the
no.
venue?
Left the
Oh.
venue. Yeah. No.
Yeah, that's too much.
Yeah, it's like a 5-hour drive. Like,
Yeah.
no, thank you. But I'm super fucking excited for that. I told Glenn to make sure that he confirms the hotel room in Peoria. Because remember that one night, Ryan, where me and you were gonna go stay at the hotel?
I remember it was at Cruisins that time.
Yeah, and went to the hotel. There was no room, so we drove back. But it was actually, I'm happy we drove back. It was kind of fucking.
Yeah, it's not a bad drive for me, at least.
Mm-mm.
I gotta tell a story about one of the first drives that we took. Like, I think we're on our way to Ohio, Pennsylvania. So that would have been like the first time that we like really traveled in the car. I don't even think we had gone to Texas at that point. We hadn't flown anywhere.
No, that
right?
was our first.
That was our first run.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm sitting in the back of the car. I have no idea what fucking movie these guys are referencing. For 6.5 hours or whatever, I just have to hear these guys in the front and back of the car. You should pee on us. Our dicks are huge. You should pee on us. What's up? Yeah, I'm hearing. What's up? You should pee on us. What's up, Miss Tasty?
Our dicks are huge.
Our dicks are huge. You can see them from space.
Yeah, I know that much.
Wait, one more.
We're the shit. Yeah, I also know that, bitch.
It's disgusting.
6.5 hours of that, and I have not seen the movie. I don't know what these guys are talking about.
What's the problem? What's the problem with what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds...
You could imagine.
I don't know.
You could imagine.
Seems like a great drive. I don't know.
Did you just think everyone was just like
Dumbasses. Yeah.
Well, we are. All of us
Yeah,
are.
pretty much.
Yeah.
So that's fair, I guess. Yeah.
But I watched the movie, and since then, it's been my number one comedy to recommend to people. So thank you guys.
Sex Drive. Check it
Yeah.
out. Ooh, is that our get wrecked? Is that a universal get wrecked right there?
It is. I think
Yep.
it might be a universal get wrecked. Is
Yeah.
it? Is it that time? It is that time. We're at like an
It's
hour
about
right
that
now.
time.
Okay.
But before we do that, I need to ask, because I like to ask this to everybody. And Ryan, I don't think I asked you on your episode. I'm going to ask Shabs first because he's got a ton of these to go through. Shabs, let's start with Country Night. What's your favorite Country Night song in the set? What's
Oh
your favorite
God.
one to play, I should say?
Fuck, I don't know. The like the I don't know. There's a lot, dude. They're all really fun.
I guess Wagon Wheel.
Wagon wheel. Yeah.
It's okay. What was I thinking is always fun because it showcases some freedom with the guitar player and fiddle players, and we're able to kind of let loose on that one and just do a big solo outro. So, I mean, that's not a exciting answer. It's kind of the obvious one, but that's always a good spot in the middle of the set. So
That's my favorite. Whenever I play with you guys, that's because Shabs just goes fucking ape shit. There's double bass and like all this shit going on. Oh, it's so good. It's so.
I
good.
saw a video. I meant to bring this up earlier about Country 2K. I saw a video of you guys doing Billy Currington. I was like, oh, I love that fucking. I love him. I love.
I'm surprised you know who that is.
Yeah, right.
Dude, I told you, modern country is like it just gets me for some reason. I don't know why. I like it, but man,
that was. I think that was a Matt Marquardt chose that song.
Such a good song.
Yeah.
Billy Currington's awesome. So let's go to another band that you're in, the Hair Band Night. Do you have a favorite song to play in that set?
A lot. Like I like Kickstart's fun, Crazy Train. Separate Ways is kind of fun just because there's like some ridiculous drum fills in the middle of that.
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, Jump's fun. That whole solo section with Ellis and then me and you doing all the weird fucking off time hits.
Yeah,
So
that's a tough one for sure.
yeah.
All right, and then let's go to Lala. Do you have a favorite Lala song?
Man, there's a lot in the Lala set. Lala, like drum
This is
wise,
that
really
band is
fun.
your baby too. So you can
Yeah, kind of like unintentionally, but it's just diverse and all over the place. But 1901 is pretty fun on drums, and it's like kind of a counting exercise, and it's just unique. It's not your everyday drum beat, so probably that one.
Oh yeah, my favorite one to watch you drum. I hope we put it back in the set. Queens of Stone Age.
Oh,
I hope-
Yeah, I love that
I
one.
hope that eventually comes back in the set because we were
Yeah.
just texting about that the other day. I was like, I love watching Chefs play that song.
Yep. I just watched Gilbert's classic rock band play that one yesterday. And I
Oh
was,
no shit.
so I
Shout
was-
out Gilbert. We got to
yeah,
get
so I was
Gilbert on the
just
pod
thinking
too.
about that one.
Yeah.
What's the name of his classic rock band?
Double Shot.
That's right, Double Shot.
Yeah.
That's fucking cool.
Yeah.
And then what about Shady? What's your favorite Shady?
Right now it might be, even though it seems super like mellow and monotonous on drums, Mockingbird is pretty fun just because it's like there's a lot of songs in that set where it's like one iconic like linear drum beat the whole time,
Yeah.
which sounds like it could be like boring or whatever because it never changes, but they're super creative because they're not made on a drum set, so it's like unique to have to recreate it, and also it's still a little challenging because since it is just one monotonous drum beat the whole time, if you fuck up or stutter or miss a snare hit or something, it jumps out to the audience, like oh, he fucked up, I know that, like the other song, Godzilla and Rap God, they're like so all over the place and fun, but like, if I like come in on the one, do something, like no one's gonna be able to know. They just think I'm going crazy ad-libbing fills and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, similar to that Mockingbird beat is the Way I Am beat. It's like
Yeah, that one's that's one of my funnest ones too because it's such a challenge. Like the
No, that
drums
beat is-
aren't on the click.
That beat is
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
That beat's crazy.
That one took me on bass because the bass is on the click,
Not with the kick drum.
not with the kick drum.
The kick drum isn't. Yeah, kick drum like anticipates the beat, and it's
Insane.
That's-
challenge. Yeah,
That's I remember like when I think A-Town was the first one to notice that something was off, and I knew something was off, but I couldn't pin what it was. And then that's what it was. I'm so as a bass player, especially in hip hop, you're
Glued to that kick drum.
you're in with the kick drum.
Yeah.
Like you it's one instrument. Like
Yeah.
it's
drum and
unnatural.
bass.
Yeah,
totally. And so even to this day, when we're playing that, I am
Oh, you have to go
Thoroughly-
against all of your natural instincts.
against
Yeah.
everything, and I just make sure I always have the click super high. So,
Yeah.
but there's been some shows where I've taken one ear out, so I have this, and I'm just like, click. I have to concentrate on the click, and I'll tap my foot.
yeah.
Yeah.
But it's
That's
like
the
I know where the kick drum comes in, and I naturally just want to like,
Yep.
but
That's
Yeah,
the only
definitely.
time in the set list I like adjust my ears. Like right when we're about to go to
do
that
you?
song, I turn the click up a little bit, and then I don't listen to any of the I have the instruments in my ears and stuff, but I don't pay attention to them. I'm literally just listening to the click. So
Yeah. It's
That's
such
me,
a strange
same thing.
timing on that one.
Same
It's so
thing.
strange.
But
yeah, that
it's-
beat. Every time you play that beat, I'm like, how the fuck's he doing that? I don't
no,
know.
that's
it makes sense. It makes sense for the song. If the song was
Yeah.
totally on, it wouldn't have that vibe. But
Mhm.
yeah. But like
Totally
that beat
mindfuck.
it's so like when we are locked in on that beat, it feels fucking awesome because it's
Yeah.
like that's how it's supposed to sound. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It feels good. Like
yeah.
Yeah, that beat.
And then
is-
what's the other? I know it's a new band, but Country 2K.
oh dude. So we close the show. Zach Brown Band does this medley of the song. His song is called Free, and they medley it with the Van Morrison song called Into the Mystic.
Oh,
And they did like their band does, it's like a big drawn out live version, and it's like super epic. They did it like live at Bonnaroo and shit. So we learned that version. There's like a really big dramatic fiddle intro, and the dynamics in that song are just like kind of all over the place. But that's probably definitely the funnest one. It was sick. And Matt loves Zach Brown, so I mean he killed that song, and
yeah.
sounded great. So
That's
probably
so cool,
good with
man.
that. Yeah.
I love that incorporating live versions and stuff like that into the set.
Yeah,
'cause
dude.
It's, like, it's always cool, and it's like those who know, and if you don't know, it's awesome anyway.
Yeah, so funny story about that song is like, I told Matt and Glenn, like, you guys know this era of country way more than me. You guys handle all the set list stuff. Just tell me what to learn. And, we had a couple medleys on there, and I knew how those medleys went. And then that was, it said those two songs in medley. So I learned both those songs, like the album versions, and I was like, oh, we'll medley them somehow. And then like a couple days before rehearsal, I'm like, hey, so do you guys have an idea how we're going to like medley these two songs? And Matt's
Yeah, exactly how they did it.
Matt's like, no, dude, like it's a medley. Like he does that medley. I'm like, oh, fuck, thanks. Like, I'm glad I asked because
Yeah.
I would have showed up to practice just like,
So what
this
are we
doesn't
doing?
sound like the Van Morrison song, man. What the fuck?
That's
Oh my
awesome.
god.
Yeah.
Okay, Ryan, your turn.
I answered this one last time, so I am going to segue off of what you just asked, Nick. I'm going to tell you guys my favorite songs that you guys play in your bands. So, like, I already answered the Lala one. I like As It Was. I like Lose Control
Oh,
and
that is
Crazy.
right.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
And then
did it.
Mockingbird, obviously, for Shady. Just my favorite song by him in general. But if it was, I haven't seen Y2K yet. For country, my favorite song is that Miranda Lambert song that Hannah fronts.
Gunpowder and Lead.
No.
Yeah.
No. Oh, 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 who?
That's
Is that-
Shania.
No,
Shania Twain. Oh, my bad, guys. My bad. So I'm not.
You're showing your age, youngie.
Yeah.
I'm not too familiar with country, but I know some of the names of the female country singers.
No,
so
yeah,
I
that's
went
a
with
good
one of
one.
them. The next
Yeah.
one I was going to say was Dolly Parton. I could have just kept going down the list. Lainey Wilson. Just it could have been any of them.
Yeah.
That one. And then hair band. You guys do Talk Dirty to Me, right?
Yeah.
That one fucking just because of the guitar riff. It's one of the
Yeah.
first guitar riffs I've learned. It's so gritty and just so easy. Just slides
Yeah.
up. I
Yeah.
love hearing you guys play that one. Fist to the Sky. These Days.
Ooh, I don't like compliments.
All right, Muscles, settle down. Silver Side, dude. I totally forgot about Get on Your Knees when you guys played it. So like, I'm like, oh fuck, I know this song, and I'm bumping to it, and I'm like, what is this though? And then I just hear Dan, Get on Your Knees.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck yes, dude. I've been waiting for this.
Song is a
Yes.
freaking banger, dude.
Yes.
What else? Did I cover all the bands?
Have you seen me with Boy Band Night?
I haven't seen Boy Band Night or 90s Pop Nation, which is probably going to be my next two things because I've only seen, it took me 3 years to see Hair Band again because just because all of our schedules and what days we land on and shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
You guys happened to be at Bourbon Street that week and I caught you guys. I know that anytime Country Night's going to be there at Bourbon Street, I'm usually there. Nick can attest to that. I just love, I love partying.
We got to get you up to do that Morgan Wallen Post Malone song.
Yeah.
You and Charlie.
Dude, that'd be fun.
Yeah,
I think I'm
Fun as
Shabs,
hell.
I think I'm doing the next two maybe Country Night Bourbon shows. Is there one at the end of this month? There is. There's one. Is the 30th
no
at
idea.
Bourbon? I have no idea.
I don't know. I just go one weekend at a time, dude. Like I'm like cover band Vin Diesel. Live my weekend, live my life one weekend at a time.
It was Glenn texted me today. He's like, I don't see it on the Lala calendar because I'll typically, when he asks me about dates, I'll mark it off on the Lala calendar. He's like, I don't see August 30th, Country Night, and I think it's at Bourbon, and then September 7th with Boy Band Night. I'm like, I don't have them on my calendar, but I can do them. So I thought I had 2 weeks off. I don't, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I like playing with country at Bourbon. It's
fun.
A ton of fun.
Yeah.
It's a ton of fun. Okay, so let's do our closing segment. You ready for this? Hold on. Should I start? I should probably do the music first, and then wait. Hold on a second. I have all my stuff here.
Oh,
Before that, Mike, I know you really like that Blink-182 album behind you.
oh,
Did you hear September 6th? You're getting a couple more songs from that album?
dude.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Another album. It's like
No.
eight
Deluxe.
brand new songs.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep. Oh, yeah. So I'm
Yeah.
pretty excited for that.
Let's go. Yeah, hell yeah.
All right. Is this the right one? Yes.
Wah, 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 wah.
It's like on stage when I forget to drop my tuning. Okay, are you guys familiar with this segment?
Yeah, I've seen you do it with someone before.
Okay.
Nice. Yeah. For those unfamiliar, Get Wrecked is our sign-off statement. We leave you with a little something to remember us by, little recommendation, so that when we pop up out of here, you can go check out something that we recommend, and always think about us.
Yes.
Remember us.
Yes.
And let us know your thoughts.
Do you want to go first, Mike?
Yes, I do actually. Mine is a movie that came out, and it's a beautiful movie. It's a few years old now, but it's coming of age story. It's got love story. It's a comedy. It's a chick flick. It's an action movie. It's called Sex Drive. You have to go check that movie out. It's an awesome, great movie. Highly recommend it.
I
You have
second
to check
that.
it out. Get wrecked.
I second that.
Not
Absolutely.
a bad choice.
Okay. Mine is a little band called Mute Math. I was listening to this when
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Have you?
I've
And
never-
the song is called "Typical."
I never heard them.
Have you seen the video for that, Ryan? Where they filmed it? They shot it like in reverse.
I have not seen the music video for it.
Okay. I don't want to play it now, but once we stop recording, I'll show you guys like a sample of it. I don't know why they maybe pop back in like on a Spotify playlist or something. But I forgot how much I love that fucking band. So the whole album's great, but I feel like if you want like an intro to Mute Math, I think Typical is perfect.
Are you saying mute, M-U-T-E, mute math?
Yes, Mute Math.
Okay.
M-U-T-E-M-A-T-H. They were big like in the early 2000s. I don't even know if they're still putting out music. No, they haven't. The last album came out. A live album came out in 2022, but their last actual album was 2019. So they're not really as active anymore, but they're super good.
What's the album to check out first? Or should I just dive in all the way from the top?
If I had to pick an album, I mean, Typical is on their self-titled album, but that's a good album, but also an album called Armistice.
Cool.
That's a good album too. But
I will check.
check out the first one. It fucking jams. It's good. Okay, who's up next? Who wants to go, Ryan or Nick?
Fuck it, I'll go. Shit. All right. So mine's gonna be a full album. It's from this year, I believe, or late last year. Say Anything. You guys probably remember them from back in the day.
Yeah.
Their new album, Say Anything Is Committed. Front through back. Listen to it. If you're a lyricist, dude, these lyrics look dumb on paper, but dude,
Oh, really? The same guy who wrote fucking "I called her on the phone."
That's a good fucking song. Shut up, Mike. That's a good song. In fact, if you listen to this album the whole way through, you're gonna be like, don't listen to the album with the lyrics out, dude. Phenomenal fucking songs all the way through. It might even be a concept album. I haven't even figured it out yet. It is phenomenal, but don't look at the lyrics while you listen to it because you're gonna be like, oh fuck, man, these don't look good on paper, but they sound so fucking nice, like in your ears. I promise you. Say Anything Is Committed. Great album.
Ooh, okay.
Front to back. No
Good
skips.
pitch. Good pitch. I will
All
put
right.
that in the queue.
All right, Shabs, you're up.
All right, I'll go with a record that I kind of listen to once a month. It's by Beck. It's called Colors. Tony and Mike, I think you'd like it a lot. Ryan, I'm not so sure. So check it out and let me know if you do. But it's not new. It's from like 7 years ago or something. But
Is that the Grammy one? The one he got the Grammy for?
I don't know. He's won a lot of Grammys. I think that one's the morning one that you're thinking of.
Gotcha.
But dude, it's great. It's like musically adventurous, but it's like super digestible and it's like well written, and but it's also like fun and dancey and poppy too.
Yeah.
But there's one bad song on the album. The rest of the album is fucking good though. So yeah, check that out.
Colors?
Yeah. The album Colors by Beck.
Cool.
I don't even call them bad songs. If I like the record and there's just one that I don't listen to, I call it
Yeah,
skip.
there's one
It's a
skip.
man.
There's one
Yeah.
skip.
It's a skip.
Yeah, it's a skip for sure.
Because
But
like,
that song is somebody's favorite song on the album.
yeah.
Yeah, that's true. It's very true. All right, we're gonna wrap it up here.
All right. Thank you, boys, so much
Boys.
for coming on to our show. We love you
Thank for
guys.
having me, dude.
Thank
See you guys
you.
this weekend.
Yes, we will see you this weekend.
And I think, Mike, I think we're gonna play it out with the. I like this Pantera theme that we have here.
It's a good theme.
It's a very good theme. So
Good theme.
we're gonna play it out with some Pantera.
Meow, meow, meow.
Wah, 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 wah.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Like, share, subscribe, hit that follow button, notifications on YouTube. We'll see you next Wednesday. Love y'all. Peace.